Okay, so good morning, everybody. Well, today I'm going to present a very important topic in today's time when people often struggle on how to become a fluent speaker. Because all the people whose job is much about speaking, especially teachers, lecturers, or even the managers, they can find these tips very useful. Especially the students who have to appear in the interviews. And they don't know how to keep going and how to be a fluent speaker. So I've divided my today's lecture into four steps, four phases. The very first phase, as you can see from the screen, it starts with read, and read it loud. In this particular case, I would like to say that whatever material you are studying or you're reading, try to read that aloud. To start with, you can select any newspaper or maybe any book, your subject book also, and just select any one paragraph on daily basis and read that paragraph aloud very clearly with some gaps between the words, not much gap, but certainly don't go very fast. Try to read with certain pauses. After you have read that first paragraph from any source, maybe newspaper or book, try to read that one more time with better clarity of sound, volume, and avoiding any other error. Next part in this is try to speak the same material without looking at the source. Now, this is the point which is very important because when you have read that particular source maybe once or twice, you will remember that material to some extent. So now is the time to start checking whether whatever you have read that has been stored in your brain or not. So try to speak the same material without looking at the source, right? And wherever you get stuck, start from the beginning, from the first word, from the first line of the paragraph, and repeat the same step, that is the above two steps, till you can speak that particular one paragraph or one particular source or material fluently. Try to start with the small practice of fixing one paragraph or maybe one line or maybe two lines, and then try to see whether you can speak those three four lines in a fluent or in a continuous manner or not, right? Then once you have done that, you will actually get to know yourself whether you are comfortable in speaking in any particular source on your own or not. Because when we are reading any particular stuff from any material, it's very easier to read. But when you read on your own, you will see that you will try to add on more material to that particular paragraph. You will be getting more ideas. You will be trying to add on to the same stuff with the more material, and that is the tip which will get you more fluent, because often fluency has the main barrier, when we don't get more ideas. So when we know any particular topic for for more time, when we're reading that for longer time, we tend to get a better idea about that particular topic. So start small, but then keep that small thing on regular basis. Try to keep that frequency on daily basis of reading, practicing, and practicing till the time you don't get any error. And the moment you are, you have become perfect in reading that particular paragraph, then move on to the other paragraph. And then the next phase is all about the implementation of the output of the first phase. In this case, what we do, we try to speak with the timer or with the watch and see whether we can speak continuously with the minimum 10 minutes or not. Now, in this case, what you do, whatever to start with, I suggest that you start with the first paragraph that you've read initially, and then in the second phase, you speak with the time, and you ensure that you have to speak for 10 minutes, no matter what, even though you are losing some words, you are not getting some lines, you don't recall those lines, that's okay. But try to speak continuously about something which is related with that material. For example, if you're talking about some technical concept like management or say maybe any other topic. So if you do not know much to talk about those areas, try to speak about these related things about those topics. See, third phase is increase your vocabulary, learn new words every day, use them in your daily conversation, and try to see that that regularity is there in learning new words on regular basis. And that you can do by making a practice of learning five new words every day. And I can assure you that all the students who are preparing for CAT exam or forever, even for the interviews, they will find that change in their speaking in maybe 3 or 4 weeks or maybe months, depending on the practice. So learn new words every day, increase the vocabulary because fluency has another barrier when we do not find the right word to fit in our statement or in our sentence. So when you know more words, when you have a better vocabulary, you will not struggle with the words in speaking. The words will come automatically. You will come in the habit of using them on regular basis, and ultimately you will start speaking in a fluent manner. Use them in the daily conversation because the best thing is that see, you may not be getting time separately to practice these things on your own. So the best part is that whatever speaking you're doing, maybe you're talking to your family members, you are speaking in your at your workplace or with your friends, try to use those words in the daily conversation in a normal conversation. Don't wait for a separate practice session to practice these particular things. Last phase is that of repeat the above steps on regular basis and see the difference in just 2 to 3 weeks. And that again depends on your practice. But I can tell you one more thing that even as a student, when you're reading these stuff, you will find this tip very convenient and very useful. Reason being, as a student or even as a professional, you will have to find that time when you can speak fluently. So I repeat the steps which I have mentioned over here. First is just read aloud. Choose any source with which you are more comfortable with. And please remember, fluency doesn't mean it has to be fluent only in one language, that is English. Yes, by and large, it is the preferred language, but you may select any other language also. But the point is that you must be able to speak in that particular language for more time in a fluent manner. So choose any source of any particular medium, newspaper, or your book. First, read it aloud with a clear sound, then speak the same material without looking at the source. Wherever you get stuck, start from the very beginning and repeat the above two steps till you can speak that particular material in a fluent manner. See, the point is that in this particular paragraph, you will see that wherever you are doing any error, and if you're stopping and then you're starting from the beginning, that particular practice will not make you do any error when you're speaking otherwise, right? Next is step speak with the timer and see whether you can speak continuously from minimum 10 minutes or not. Minimum 10 minutes is the time because we see whether we can speak for that much time or not. So if you can't speak, try to get more ideas, try to add on more lines to that particular paragraph so that you complete your 10 minutes. Another point, if you can't complete your 10 minutes initially in the very first practice, try to minimum speak for 4 minutes or maybe for 3 minutes, and then increase that time from step by step manner. Next is increase your vocabulary. No doubt, when you have knowledge about new words, more words, you certainly tend to speak more and better. So learn new words every day. Use them in a daily language, in your daily conversation with anybody with whom you are talking, maybe with your friends, with your office colleagues, or with anybody. And the last phase is repeat the above steps daily and see the difference in just 2 to 3 weeks, depending on your practice. Another point I want to point over here is that when you practice that, this particular strategy for being more fluent, you will see that you will start participating more in the different platforms. Maybe those platforms are your classrooms, your office meetings, or any other platform. Because the point is that one of the major barrier of why people don't talk at the public forum is that they don't have much to talk about, or they do hesitate in talking at the public forums. Maybe they are classrooms or they are group discussions or any other point. So when you have a better idea of being more fluent and have more knowledge about the different words, I'm very sure that you will find yourself speaking more and talking more in these platforms. Certainly, there are these different evaluation platforms where we are evaluated on the basis of what we speak and for how long we speak. So this particular strategy will certainly help you in your practice of cracking any exam, maybe group discussions or even in the classrooms when you're giving viva voice. That is also the place where we look for this particular strategy. So good luck and all the best with your practice for fluent speaking. Do write some comments and do let me know your feedback about the output that you've got after 3 to 4 weeks. So all the best.